The concept of masculinity is a slave collar for men, and we have to reject it outright. Now, on the Pro Male Collective subreddit, here is a post where I'm going to read this out by DBD, right? Where he points out why. I have talked to other members of the Pro Male Collective. We all agree. We reject the term masculinity completely. So we have added a new rule against the promotion of masculinity in here. Now it says the concept of masculinity has been holding men back. It has held the discourse back. True. Instead of talking about males and their problems, the discourse is coded and becomes about masculinity being under attack. That is, good masculine men being attacked, not all men. The implication being that only worthy masculine men are worth being concerned about. So, what is being a masculine man? Well, it's being a good provider. So, if you're a homeless man, you're not masculine. You're just a bum. So, we don't need to be concerned about you. Do you see how that works? Now, feminist discourse talks about masculinity a lot, red flag, and sometimes even talks about good, useful masculinity. The feminist run male lib Reddit talks about masculinity a lot. They talk about good, useful masculinity that serves women. There you go. Just means servant. Good masculinity discourse is very similar to good Negro discourse of the past. Both are offensive and bigoted. Perfect parallel. It's exactly like that. It just means you're a useful servant and you know your place, right? Also, feminists talk about toxic masculinity as well. And since it is a vague, subjective concept, it is hard to refute. Right. It can't be concrete because then a man could make a perfect argument. Yeah, I'm I'm a masculine man. I deserve my rights, right? I fulfill all the criteria, right? MRAs waste their time trying to explain to feminists that there is a good masculinity and it is useful to society. It is very strange that a group of people under attack and have less rights spend their time groveling and begging for mercy, pointing out their utilities. Men should be innately valued and respected as human beings. Bravo. Also, if you understand Briffault's law, you will understand women have no gratitude to men. So it doesn't matter if men are useful to them, they will still attack them. That's been proven in reality over and over again. Everyone knows men do most of the work and keep society running. Repeatedly pointing this out to misandrists who hate men is not going to change their mind, right? Rejecting masculinity completely bypasses this quagmire of good masculinity versus the toxic in these debates. We have other more important things to talk about. Right. Also, I've noticed that men who refuse to let go of the slave label, that's what it is, a slave label, masculinity, tend to be male hostile and behave badly to other men. We had a few recent examples join our Discord. We agreed to disagree with them, and they all turned out to be male hostile waste of space. 100% true. We've had to ban some of these guys. Men who refuse to let go of the masculinity concept do so because they have an innate need to look down on other men. They're anti-male, exactly. They want this hierarchy, which they're on top, or at least high up. They need to be more masculine than other men to make themselves feel better. So they're useless to the cause. A lot of these men fail to match up to these stereotypes anyway. So they are just causing themselves more stress. You want to be useless to yourself? Go ahead. But we don't want you here. Becoming boat anchors. I call these guys boat anchors. So we've added this new rule, Rule 15. This is the natural evolution of the pro-male collective. We're the only progressive MRM movement that is still coming up with new concepts and ideas. Actually, we're the only progressive MRM, period. Right. Then the guys give their talks down here, which you are free to join up and give your opinions. But it's true. There are guys who don't want to let it go. And it has nothing to, it's a begging concept. I am a good servant. No, men have to reject that. I am rejecting it. And the guys in the pro male collective reject it because we want equality and we want freedom and we want to see innately valuable as people. And you can't do that if you hold on to a slave mentality of masculinity. There. There you go. I'll put this in the description box. You guys can share it.